So I took my 15-year-old to the emergency room. At this point, it's probably been a month now. She had a knot that was causing her great pain in the back of her head. So I took her to the emergency room, and after we did the preliminary stuff, such as, blood pressure, height, weight, the nurse proceeded to ask me that in the event that my daughter needed to get blood work done for this knot, did I, as her mom, consent to an AIDS and HIV test? I'm like, why are you asking that? You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, do whatever you want to do. I'm fine with that. And so she was like, the nurse here, she's like, well, I'm asking that because there has been an epidemic of children from the ages of 12 to 19 coming in for, the common flu or a fall, but then they leave the emergency room unpleasantly surprised, diagnosed with something that is just horrific for a child to have to endure. So that was the end of the conversation with the nurse and I. But that also was the beginning of me not inserting my voice on the matter. It's extremely painful as a parent to know that my child is cool, but there are other children that are the same age as mine, whose lives have forever been changed. And so it inspired me to write this book. It's called Purity is Power, specifically for teens. Why saving sex for marriage is strength and not punishment. Now, I'm going to read an insert from this book, and I would love y'all's feedback as parents, aunties, fathers, big cousins, older sisters, older brothers, whatever the case may be. I would love y'all's input. All right, so again, it's called Purity is Power for teens. All right, so if you asked 100 sexually active men and women, married or unmarried, almost all of them would tell you the same thing. I wish I would have waited until marriage. Well, why is that? Isn't that wild, right? So why aren't we screaming to the mountaintops to preventative measures, not birth control, because that's not a preventative measure. That prevents you from getting pregnant, right? But there are so many other consequences to sex other than having children. Why aren't we putting in the work and the effort to make sure that these children are safe through this very vulnerable time, such as being a teenager, right? So anyway, I wrote this book, and I would appreciate if you guys support it. It's on Amazon. Purity is Power. It's also in digital form in my TikTok shop, where you won't receive a physical copy. You'll just get the digital link. You can read the book on your phone, and your team can read it on their phone too. But it's also, if you want a hard copy of this book, it's on Amazon. The link is in my bio. And so let me know what you think. Would you have waited, married or unmarried? Would you have waited until you were married and found your spouse to have sex? Encourage a teenager to do the same thing.